Well, Hora in the rear, just trying to get vision down. A couple of bullets being fired out by Sleepy and Sky. That's Fireflux, of course, that took the opening chicken dinner of the survival stage.
It looks like they're healthy for it. Right? They're giving it this game. They are over towards that northeast side though, and Hora currently has that high ground against them, but plenty of little cover to play around with. This little ridge side as well is a nightmare to assault. I think Hora sent a player far down towards the south though, who might be able to take some shots through. That's no fear. Still, it's not easy to thread the needle if you want to find a pick-off. Either way, no fears create space for them to push through in the end. Kino Trope, not a bad location from them, very, very central. Honestly, I would be very, very happy to see Falcons do well this game. But with Gamax on their north side, who have caused them problems multiple times in the past, we'll have to wait and see. But we'll put a pin in that one.
It's Alpha 7. They do get the shots off with a Mini 14 at least back onto AX. E-Arena similarly nipping at the heels on the chase there. Seems like Lil Boy goes down to Kino Trope. He was able to find that shot towards Narvalo moments ago when they went for the reposition towards the compound where Gamax were holding.
There's some brutal circles, Jackie. It's very brutal. Kind of the Crescent Moon on the eastern side, just filled with fields and then kind of open area. The grasslands over towards the western edge. It's a bit bumpy though. And there is some tree lines to work with. I think Intense Game does find a nice little neat moment. Squeeze through the gap on that west side, but I think they're likely wanting to be holding out those teams like E-Arena, who would be likely coming from that compound on the west.
Heads on a swivel here for Fireflux as well. Found a stab back over towards Vision. Able to take that man down, out of commission. Still looking for more, potentially reposition back over from Scarface onto Hora. Meanwhile, on our screens here, you can see the nades being cast out down towards Intense Game. The Dolphins have got to make a move quick.
It's one shot.
He couldn't quite land it though.
Madness. Sleepy does go down. Scarface actually pushes really far out towards the eastern side. It's a nice pickup from him. I don't think he needs to push this too far though. He can probably come back towards the team. He's just making sure that Sleepy ends up in the blue. And he can confirm that, which he will do now. Intense Game, lobs nades. Too close. And then too far. And then yet again too close. So the geometry on that one, not great.
More shots into Hora as well. Obviously Fireflux setting themselves up after picking off one player with the aggro push from Scarface. Everyone else just being able to shoot towards them as they have to bail quite a far distance in open ground.
What is the options here, Jackie?
Just run, man. Head held down.
Falcons do catch off one of the players in Sky. He was getting a little bit too close for comfort for them. But they're going to hold this position. The circle going north as well. Good for Falcons. More time spent in this compound means more time at safety. Silas is able to find AEX, but Silas will get taken out by Intense Game, giving them no chance to pick their player back up again. They had a 2-2 split going on. Wild wasn't able quite to grab him. I say long shot, by the way, down that south side versus Alpha 7, and they find him.
Yeah, that was the steal away from E-Arena as well, even off the back of the knock from R8 there. But Alpha 7 feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Obviously, Intense Game similarly in the angle to work with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know why he was peaking that in the first place. Like, they've got to think about what they need to do next, and R8 has to move in. Like, there's limited time that they can take that long angle on the western side. I just don't think Mafioso had to make that peak, especially when he's placed himself on the hard edge of the blue as well, where the north side can see you. Not enjoyable. Yeah, I don't see them lasting very long here.
Now, it was a nice attempt on the rescue mission, I'll give him that. Obviously, for what it is, though, Squash is able to lock this angle down It's been really crisp as well. Good tracing. You can see even from distance, able to keep on target. Obviously, you run the risk of going for the save on your teammate. Instead, both you go down because of it. So again, it's a really brutal game for R8. Meanwhile, here we can see E-Arena on the crash down. They're going to see if they could shut down Intense Game. Flashbang right in the corner. Keep you concussed. The shotgun comes out. Joker trying to make things work, and they will do just that. Goodbye, Intense Game.
8 elims again for E-Arena. Weird moments where E-Arena like has these cool plays, but then will completely cool off. The engine will stall, and we see if that happens right here, right now versus Alpha 7s. They make their way up. They hear the fighting. It's a good opening knock, and they're sending more in. What are you doing? Oh, let him crawl in at least.
So grouped, they give that one up basically for free with the shrapnel being thrown over from Alpha 7. Al-Haji even taking pot shots from the side now, got an angle on the top of the ridge. The nade follow-up, that should basically be E-Arena completely blown to bits. I mean, you've got one guy, it's just Joker trying to get away. Everyone else in a horrific position.
It's a good clean-up onto Intense Game, but if you're E-Arena there, now's not the time to start looting up, it's the time to get going. Right, you got to figure out your next move. Teams are moving in from your south side. You should know that from that compound that was sat underneath them. Tony K goes down to Al-Haji, who's bringing the pain in this game. In the meantime, most teams are on the outer edge. There's not a lot of area to play. You can see here, it is just barren ground. And that bountiful harvest we were talking about earlier might not be quite coming through for a lot of our teams.
Oof. Koa getting the spot there on towards Solus. Damage back over from Power as well. As Fahedon's able to show his impact to Power Gaming, revving the engines, keeping the momentum going. For R8, they did get the revive back up onto the knocked players. There is still 2 alive in commission. That was Marth with the heads-up maneuver to keep him up whilst the attention was turned from Alpha 7. Of course, on that E-Arena crash that we saw moments ago.
For R8, they made it a fair way into this game. I think they had to. They needed something to give themselves a little bit of confidence going into the next matches after that first one where it looked brutal for them. It looked absolutely brutal. Power in the meantime, though, like a locust over on this western side of the map, ruining all of our crops, realistically. Making one shot after another at stragglers. The more they clear on the western side as well, the more strength they'll have in towards that end game. It looks like Easy's going to scout down over towards Alpha 7 here. We're getting peppered.
And this is that split from Reg and Karia that aren't actually in a bad position whatsoever. You can see the bullets over from Loxy. He's got them pinned in. Marth trying to take a couple of shots from the side as well, see if he can steal away anything from this. And Revo's realizing, man, like the entire team is just being cauterized. They can't get towards one another. You are trapped in position. Marth getting the headshot on that as well, coming back to haunt them. They threw the first stone at R8, but instead that's just fragmented the entire team for a late game finish on this one.
Ida getting knocked there out in the open. Again, for Korea, I respect their attempt. I mean, he had to get out there, couldn't wait around for the vehicle to pop. It would have taken his life. He's managed to crawl all the way across the Revo, though.
Kind of impressive. He's actually made it that far.
Yeah, it's a good smoke train. Eden goes for a blind nade. A guess on it. Just having a look at the smokes. Toshpik goes down, as does Loxy. That's a double knock on the nade. Wild's not there to assist, and this should be a free and easy maneuver coming through. That must have been directly through those slits on the top of the shack there as well. What a nade that comes through there. Oh, yeah, I think you leave him. I think you leave him. I think if you're Wild, you're looking for a survival game. I don't even know why you bothered.
You got to know when to cut your losses on that one.
Yeah. No one to fold him.
Exactly, man. Can't be going for these gambles right now. This is not the time to do it. I mean, at least with the reset, obviously, you've got the 2 players from Alpha 7. They were able to get the pick back up in Korea so they can play off one another, but they have to just bail. The position was compromised for so long. Kinotrope inside of the Sly Hut there. Inside of the Sly Hut there. Back towards the hovercraft. Tuck in, see if they could steal that one. Key's still in it. Nade over the top, just into the back line. If that's on target, it could be uncomfortable, and they're pinned in at least. You got the flames in front of them, the nade over the backside. Hora getting hit by Easy as well, makes that look easy.
Days, Korea goes down. Just Revo still up. Nongshin Red Force in the back lines as well, taking shots. Some good nades, some good ordnance coming through from Kino Troop to keep them at bay. In the meantime, Falcons will have to deal with Gamax on this north side eventually. They played a slow game with one of the only teams that had a compound for this long, but they need to step up now. Right, versus Gamax, this is where they need to win this fight. I think it would be a crying shame if they lose this engagement.
It's insane as well that like Fireflux have just been able to set themselves up and live their movie. Just sit pretty, consistent damage down. Obviously you had Alpha 7 trapped, so that's just a free elim. They're able to take away that team. And they have been sharing this land for so long. I mean, Gamax have basically been sat here with 2 players for an absolute age.
I get that they were wanting to wait for the pushes to come through, but I do think they could have held off on those nades a little bit. But I think Falcons just wanted to confirm their cause on this north side. It sort of makes sense. They will have to move down now. It really depends on how aware they are of the rest of the circle. Like, what's the scenario? What's the situation? Have they been keeping tabs? This is a long ramp from Koa over towards Power, which I personally think is really dangerous.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. Honestly, this is a Power that look really strong in this match especially. They've been playing some great PUBG Mobile. The fights they've been taking, it's heads up, it's quick decision making, they're relying on one another. Push into this, you better be ready, Blank.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. I will say, though, from Koa, the rap he made on at least his hillside, quite safe. Quite safe to go for, but he does not give a damn. Koa is dragging the team at times, kicking and screaming into these locations. And if it's the case that Ralph's making these calls, Koa is absolutely on the money when it comes to it. He's like, you want me to go scout that? I'll do it right now. No hesitation. And that's an initial knock coming through over towards Ragnar.
Yeah, that might have thrown you a bone. That's from R8 as well. So it's R8 being able to get the shot into the back line. They could engage off of this. It'd be the opportunity to go for it. Obviously, you can get that player back up pretty quickly, though. They're giving them time to work with on this. They've got a little bit of cover for it.
Yeah, they have to move down. But I think they understand that for Power, they've got to move first. Likely they'll send south, which I think Easy's doing right now. Kino Troop's just been living inside that shack for a long, long time. No one's been able to get close enough to send nades in. It is very much in the open. 2 loot crates to work with, though, for Fireflux, so they get a gift from up on high.
It's tight on the elims as well. 7 for Power, 6 for both Nongshin Red Force and Fireflux. You feel like they basically just had freedom to wait for the push to come towards them. Easy set up with a bit of paranoia about Marth's angle. He knows where he is now off the back of the shots that were fired over. Just the risky run of leaving yourself exposed from the back.
Doxy's going to move, and soon. Ralph knows it. Just hold the angle. Has a rough idea now where the other players are. From Fireflux at least. Pass that information back across. We'll take this shot. And he was just looking off to the right. Oh, caught slacking. Ketch will pick up that elim. They could crash this if they wanted. I think they'd much rather get rid of Power though first.
Still the moves Power have been making. The push back over onto Marth, you steal away the bit of cover from him for now. Still 3 players alive. Getting a lot of reads onto this. Attention being drawn over towards Fireflux as well from the majority of the squads. And the Kinotrope still just being able to live on borrowed time. Just sat tucked in, dropping the smokes, keeping it uncomfortable for teams to get close.
Again, I think what's happening right now is the nades used by Falcons versus Gamax, which I think was unnecessary. They were going to go down at some point either way, as that blue pushed them out. Koa does find Ketch. What a shot. And what a timing on it. No one goes down, and they can crash it. I think they have to crash it. Ralph's going to send in first here. Dropping as much medication as possible. Complete misread on the angle. Has to be happening from Redox. Koa's left behind, and Matcap lives this one out.
Oh, man. The shots from the side from Kinotrope are huge as well to buy time, and this comes back to bite them in the bottom. I mean, you can get the res back up.
would have wanted that angle in the first place. Like, where do you go from there? I think your only option was to wrap west.
Yeah. For Fireflux, it was awkward as well. The supplies were running so low, he had no shells left for that. So when he drops, couldn't fire out smoke to shroud himself. Both of them now go down. You're out of commission, leaves us with